gangsters started shooting, and Mina, being a peaceful girl, I froze.
Gang.
And then gang. And then straight bullet. And then, that's how everything went down. A lot of people get stuck. Uguti, hey but ngiyagula, hey but uzophola kanjani ungapholanga lana.
Yo, indeed.
You need to fix here and you need to fix here.
Yeah.
Like nothing that I do is by accident.
Indeed.
Right. I'm intentional on the words that I speak. To myself, to other people.
Hi, Sanbona, Mzwakhe. Welcome to our podcast called People Living with This Ability. Another day, another guest. Kunjani sis? Nami muhle, as you can see. So to those who don't know you, yes. What is your name?
My name is Luthando Kekana.
Is it? And then
Mkamgagupi.
Yes, where are you from?
By birth? Or by Hotlalifa Kostrate?
Okay, let's do both. Let's start by birth.
All right. I was born go Limpopo, so I'm a Limpopo girl. You know, you know. They say pretty girls are from Limpopo, but hey, what can you say? And then bred in Mpumalanga and really got smart in Joburg.
Where in Mpumalanga, by the way?
Esiabuso.
Yeah. I mean, it's not far from Bronxbridge.
Not really, yeah.
So, I mean, Beijing Poncho.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, what do you do for a living? Do you mind telling us about that?
Sure. I'm a girl with many hats. I'm a communication specialist. I'm a chairperson for the APD, which is the Association for Persons Living with Disabilities.
Yes.
I serve on another board, which is the the South African Disability Development Trust.
Come with it.
And I run my own agency, which is Umba Creative Agency.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I guess like you're multi-talented.
Multi-talented, yeah. There's just so much to do.
Is it? So how do you juggle that with, your disability?
How do I juggle that with a disability? I don't.
So you just...
I just move on.
Go with the flow.
Look, for me, it's... If I were to focus on a disability, right, I think then I'm putting challenges out for myself. Everybody's got things that they're going through, that they're dealing with. And it's your choice whether you're going to be stuck and focus on the issue at hand, and then forget, there's just so much that needs to be done. So for me, I would say that I don't. I shift focus. That's why it's, for a lot of people, they'll say, like, where do you find the time to do all those things? I find the time because of the passion that I have. I'm also a mother, 2 young kids. Right?
Nice.
And for me, it's what legacy do I want to leave behind? And when I was growing up, I had a challenge of representation. So I got shot.
Oh, okay.
Right. When I was a teen, I was in my matric year, and I didn't have anyone to look up to.
Sure.
Right?
After that incident.
Yeah, like we take issue of representation very lightly. There were people with disabilities that were living, but they were not living the life that I want.
Indeed.
Right. Yeah. And they were not following the dreams that I wanted to follow. I struggled to find someone who looked right, spoke right, and was living the life that I envisioned.
Sure.
So since I didn't have that, I had to make that.
So you had to make a plan move.
I had to when operating a thing at ring, I created a vision and I created a role model.
Yeah.
And that role model had my face on it.
Yeah.
Because Banga exists.
You were your own model.
Yes. Look, for you to say you want to be Oprah Winfrey, right? You it's easier when you are in the States, you are a black woman.
Exactly.
And you kind of follow a same trajectory.
Yeah, more or less like the same route.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it makes it easy for you to say, I want to be like her. So for me, it was like, I can see the black women, but I'm not seeing the black women with a disability that I want to see.
And with that drive.
You understand?
Succeed, yeah.
And this may sound vain, man. But being a like like sexy, smart, who's giving?
And dazzling, yeah.
You understand? That time, yeah, New Horizon.
Yeah.
Or computer code New Horizon generation.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, generation,
like, here's that gravity.
Yeah, every time I go to TV, yo, my disability now. Hey, because I can't on odds. Hey, nothing and that I hated.
Sure.
Because I didn't want people to see me for my stories or yo, Mudim. Stories wow, Mudim.
Exactly.
Wow,
yeah.
Exactly. You know, that's the story that I want to carry with me. No sahorio kuzolunga.
And you just need to go on with life.
Yes. So I'm quite aware of the burden that I have placed on myself.
Yeah.
Right. Because silently so I'm quite aware that I'm a role model to the young ones
to me, of course,
that are coming behind me to say that, girl, ufuna doctor. I'm a doctor. Stop it. Nobody you operator kanjani so phambili.
Yeah. So in the plan.
Get your degree.
Yeah.
And then don't focus at tafuleni ukuthi operator kanjani. Get your degree. Once you get your degree, if you're caught uthola le tafula, but one way or another you'll uthola le tafula.
Exactly.
Because that's how I operated. I mean, I studied journalism.
Oh, okay.
Because I've got passion for people, passion for stories, passion for turning around stories. And one would have asked, so you're a journalist, could you be sitting in your wheelchair? Now we story self.
Story per story.
Exactly. And I just didn't care. I was like, Zobana Pambi.
So in the plan.
So in the plan.
Sure. It seems like you always strive to not really allow your ability to limit you. And like, how did that now influence your children? Because the last time I checked, you said you have 2 children and counting, or each other.
No, I get sure.
Oh, you're still figuring.
Still one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how's life? I mean, juggling kids, juggling multiple positions, in the public space. Like,
you know, when it comes to kids, Hashem, there's no space, a power game. Forever.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine being a mom. I'm a hands-on mom, like from day one.
Yeah.
They've been here.
Yeah.
No one else.
Oh, shame.
Like my kids, sweet. We've been together since day one. I've always been the main caregiver, and I made sure.
Yeah.
Ukuthi, I am going to be the main caregiver.
Yeah.
Right? Everything. From the hospital, but go to Pingan.
Yeah.
I made sure that I'm the one who goes and Sumtanam.
Yeah.
Right? And for me it was like, I'm going to grow with them. I'm going to make mistakes with them, but I want to create that bond with they understand I'm the mom, you're the baby.
Yeah.
So even Mabakang, my little boy, so they've got a bunk bed, right?
Okay.
So my meetings are shy.
Yeah.
You know what he does?
They quickly go to the
bunk bed. And then when you go bunk bed, like you can see what
exactly. Mugel, you're down there.
Mugel, getting that boy handy. I've been making a plan. So 30 plumstein.
Yeah.
So keep on kundwan.
Oh my word.
I'm telling you. So it's like
yeah.
We're always making a plan, right?
Yeah.
But he's tall. He's taller. So that's when it's always a power game. So if you're not intentional in everything that you do, you'll always be on a back footing.
Sure.
I'm quite intentional that I'm doing. Like when I became a mom, I knew and I was ready to say that I want to be a mom, and I did my research to see what is going there, and so I'm gonna punt it over and over again. Representation is very important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And my regret is that I actually didn't document my journey.
Sure.
I regret that. I should have documented that journey.
Indeed.
Because it's a beautiful story to tell, and it's that thing when somebody else is looking for that, who are they going to talk to?
Exactly.
I should have documented. Then would have gone on a TikTok. But I'm here to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I researched. I was very intentional that I want to be a mom. I could feel it that I've always known that I'm a mom. Since I was a teen, I knew that I wanted to have babies. So when the time came, I was financially ready, I was mentally ready, and I was physically ready.
Yeah.
Right. So when you are intentional, mawuthenga i-bunk bed, uthenga i-bunk bed kwazi ukuthi.
You're fully aware ukuthi what are you saying?
Bazobalekela phezulu. Bazobatrapa kanjani? Okay, sharp. Plan. Sharp. How am I going to bath my kids?
Yeah.
Right? The kind of cot oyithenga imakasemncane.
Exactly.
What kind of cot? You can't just nje.
Exactly. Yeah,
you understand?
For sure.
So I made my life to work for me. Right? So when someone could say, why are you driving such type of car? It works for me. Right? Why are you wearing the clothes that you wear? I'm intentional.
Exactly.
Like nothing that I do is by accident.
Indeed.
Right. I'm intentional on the words that I speak to myself, to other people. I'm intentional about places that I go. And life does happen sometimes that you find in places that you hadn't planned, but life placed you there.
Exactly.
But
and you're just there by default.
And I never look at it that by default. I say God placed me there. Yeah. God then placed me, but it was never by default. That means somehow, without me knowing, I was supposed to be there. Now, me being the person that I've grown to be. Yeah. Right? With the knowledge that I have, with the faith that I have. Now, what do I do when I find myself in a place that I never thought I'd find myself in?
Sure. Now that's actually quite
right. Debate. Because it doesn't matter. Look, life happens. I got shot. Matric year. I overcame it. Does not mean good life is not going to go better again.
Yeah.
But you also go wish. We'll
find it
out. God. And then you're communicating with God. Like, God, I'm going to go.
I'm also just a boy.
You know? And God, he's just a boy. He's just a boy. And then you find yourself, now, you make another stupid mistake, financial mistake. You're in a financial mess. You understand? Like, life doesn't care what you're going through.
Exactly.
It's like, I think, it's like the more you grow, the more challenges you face.
Indeed.
If you find yourself you are facing just one challenge and you've been dealing with one challenge,
to me,
off. Because remember that to be alive is not to breathe. We can all be breathing, but
exactly. They're just zombies.
You know?
I usually say
they're just waiting for the daylight. But to be truly alive is to experience the rain, to experience the sunshine, to experience the thunder, to be scared, to be in love, to be happy, to be depressed, and to be and to wake up and be full of dreams and to have your dreams taken away from you, and then you'd fight for them again, and the joy of
smelling the flowers
and the joy of being on top of the world and do it all over again. And that is to be alive.
Sure. Let's actually bounce back. You spoke about something over and over again, being intentional, right? Like to actually like our newer generation, Gen Z, I'm 2000 and all of that. I think they are one of the very first generations that make us to revise the way Sibona Hakoni Impilo. What's your take about like basically being an intentional person?
Look, when you're quite intentional, there's very few things that scare you. And when I do my talks, especially when say people must be intentional. For an example, when you invited me for the interview, I didn't just say yes because get podcast. And everybody's doing podcast. I'm just going there. And I don't know what I'm going to say, but I'm just going there. That's not being intentional. You then become a pawn, right? The podcast won't save you. It will save the person who invited you. But you going there, you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to change anything, and you're not going to change yourself.
Sure.
So we are go partying, but invite a party. We're going to a nightclub. You're not intentional.
Exactly.
You are going there. You're just going to find yourself. You are a pawn. Because the bar, you understand? abantu amanama evil plans, they are upon you, are in their space because hawana blood.
Yeah.
And so everyone who's there is benefiting off of it because they are intentional. Wonke umuntu lapho uyazi ukuthi mina ngizothengisa amatikiti, mina ngizothengisa utshwala, mina ngizothengisa ama-drugs, mina ngizothatha amantombazane, mina ngizokwenza lokhu, mina ngizokwenza lokhu. Omunye uthi mina ngizojiva, iplan yami ngizojiva. But wena hawuna plan. So you might find yourself, you don't even know if you're going to have a good time or not going to have a good time. Find yourself, you're depressed at the club, standing against the wall, needing back to chill. Like, and you even say, what's happening? I was not even having a good time. Hey, justice for smang mang. So when you are intentional about your plans, when things go, that's when you have boundaries. Because so I was good, guys, my plan was to drive, saying I'm out. You understand? That's when you can say, guys, I'm out because my intent was not to do this. I came here to do this. So when you're quite intentional, your boundaries tend to be quite strong, and you get to know your limits. You get to know yourself because there are certain things that you be comfortable with and some not.
Sure. Let's bounce back to your varsity life. I believe you went to varsity. How was your experience, being in varsity? I mean, you're doing journalism, if I'm not mistaken. So how was life that side? Okay, so that is sparkling water. So I'm not sure if you're comfortable with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You also need some water.
Conversation is good. Yeah,
actually, I didn't expect this. Let's bounce back to varsity life. How is it? I mean, you got shot while you were in grade 12. Actually, no, I guess how did that happen? Was the gunshot thingy, the incident, moved you to, took you to the graduation of a wheelchair, or what happened exactly? Do you mind telling us? Askisi. Now I have tissues. I'll get my tissue.
No, I won't cry. I'm going to make you cry.
My goodness. You'll have me make up.
No, like I was on a trip here and I was visiting a friend, Ghost Springs. And
Springs is good.
And I think being at the wrong place at the wrong time because gangsters started shooting, and Mina, being a peaceful girl, I froze.
Gang.
And then gang. And then stray bullet. And then, that's how everything went down. And I could have been a quadriplegic because I was shot on my neck. But grace of God, God knows what when you handle it.
Not today.
Not today. And so, by the grace of God, I was not. And quite funny, I've always been an enigma.
Okay.
I've always been an enigma because kind of like, hey, funny thing, my story's got a lot of Jesus inside, and I could never fit in a script, in the medical script. Why do I say so? Because I was shot on my neck. When they looked at my X-ray, I was supposed to be quadriplegic, which I was then later found that I was not. And I was told it's fine. It's a complete injury, and then you're going to be paraplegic now. So you're going to be paraplegic. But I remember, sharp, depressed, didn't care about anything. But because I've got a fear of needles. So once the doctors was talking about guys, which with guys, actually I need in your way.
You told me this. In your way, not up there.
And as they were drawing blood, I was like, hey,
what are you doing?
And it's always been a shock, like to a point where you'd even fight with therapists. They'll be like, no, you're having phantom pain. So it's like, phantom pain. But if I can wiggle my toe, so can you imagine?
Exactly.
So imagine you get but but the thing is, I would have conversations with God because no one could understand me. Because when they were looking in paper, versus what I was living,
was not making sure.
So then I have conversation with God. So when Jesus said, "How fair? Nah, I'm a virgin. I ain't not doing nothing." Then sharp, but you're not a like how could you and then like I would have those kind of conversations with God, like intense, like it was a prayer, but it was raw, it was open, like why I me? Follow you, I pray, I do everything right, and why me?
Sure.
And I remember this dream so vividly. But why are we into personal?
We are here for you.
And then I remember working with him, and we were working on the beach. And I knew it was God.
It was him? Oh, God.
Yeah. And when we were working, and I was talking, I was like, when Jesus say, when and and then he kind of like said, "Child, the sun is shining on you." Like, then I woke up, and ever since I was like, hold on to that. Like, how do I not live when I know that the sun is shining on me and he's watching over me? And here's another thing, and I always say this to anyone who is sick, who's going through the most. You are going through what you're going through today, right now. Valid, granted, feel it, but don't get stuck there.
Exactly.
Right? Because if you've got cancer, you've got HIV, you just got shots, whatever, and you are sick and you just feeling witty, I might as well die today. What if the cure by Toraxas? Actually, 2 seconds.
But, well, by the way, we found the cure. Yeah.
You understand? So for me, when I couldn't make sense of anything, and I wanted the cure. Now, I was like, but if I'm gonna hold on to, I want the cure. What happens if they find the cure in 12 years' time?
And
does it mean
to tap out now?
And I was like, does it mean then there's school in 12 years' time? What happens if they see that they find the cure in 12 years' time? Does it mean all my dreams? So what am I doing between now and 12 years? That's the conversation I would have with myself.
Are you waiting?
What happens? What kind of person am I becoming? So I was like, when life, and at that time I was deep in depression. Like, had no list for life, but the conversations were going on. And I was like, no, then when they find the cure must find me ready.
Exactly.
So that I continue. Right? So if ever, because I'm in matric, I knew that, okay, I need 4 years for a degree. I was like, then when they find the cure, that means
exactly.
When they find the cure, then I'm doing one. When they find the cure, then I am. Okay, sharp. So let's get ready to. So that's how I got myself, okay, let's get back to school. Because I need my life to catch up with my life.
Exactly.
So,
because right?
Indeed, So a lot of people get stuck. Ukuthi but ngiyagula, but uzophola kanjani ungapholanga lana?
Indeed.
You need to fix here and you need to fix here. And people don't understand ukuthi, how did you forgive those people? Like, when I was going through the most, that's when I knew ukuthi I had forgiven them. Because people were like, you didn't do this. I was like, no, I was not ready that. I don't want to. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to face them. But when I knew that I had forgiven them, I remember there was one time I was in so much pain. God, you're gonna make me cry.
Stella my tissue.
No, man. And when I was going so much pain, felt like fire was going through me. The pain that I felt then, I'd never wish it on the devil himself.
I should be scared.
I would never wish it on the devil himself. Satan, like, I'd never wish it on him, and I'd never wish it on them. Like, that's the kind of pain you like, God, this no. And that's what I knew with him.
Sure.
Because I could never, I don't harbor anything to them.
Yeah.
I don't wish them ill. I hope that they're fine wherever they are. I hope they've changed their ways. I hope you know, because me wishing them ill, what kind of world am I, or how different am I to them?
You're not making yourself a part of a solution.
Actually, it's just that you just happen to be on the other end of the gun.
Exactly.
But had situation turned around.
Sure. Okay, now you're gonna make me cry. Now I think let's tap out a bit on the emotional things.
Let's talk about fun things.
Yeah, let's talk about fun things. Let's talk about journalism. I mean, for example, I'm coming from a world of engineering, so I'm not really that much familiar with, the world of interviewing people and all of those things. Right. So just briefly, how is the world of work, the 9 to 5?
Well, I'm a communication specialist, so I write for a living. I talk for a living. And for me, sure, work doesn't feel like work, it just feels like play. So I do what I love. It's my passion. So it just helps when you, maybe that's why God has said that the sun is shining on me. And I don't take this for granted because a lot of people with disabilities find it very hard to find employment. Those that find employment find it very hard to find good employment. I never struggled, right? Straight out of varsity, I got on a learnership. While I was on a learnership, I got appointed while still on a learnership.
Nice.
And ever since, I just never really struggled. I could not relate. But then that made me also then to say, with the privilege that I have, I'm very aware of my privilege, very much aware. I check it all the time. With the privilege that I have, what do I do? How do I make their space? What influence do I have on the boardroom table? If God's got a place on your bedroom table, you better speak, girl. Because there's a reason why God says,
exactly.
If you're going to be in a place where you meet with key decision makers, you got to talk about the status quo.
Indeed, yeah.
So that is why a lot of people don't understand when you learnerships. For persons with disabilities. What is a learnership for a person with a disability? What is the person going to learn with a disability? With a disability already.
And they've learned throughout their lives.
What are you teaching them? We need to have sustainable, measurable programs that have impact on changing people's life. We have to be intentional. Do we want to have radical economic empowerment of persons with disabilities? Yes. Then get persons with disabilities that are already doing it, that are already making a difference, put them on the table, ask them to come up with a 5-year strategy, turnaround strategy that is going to impact persons with disabilities. Then let's have a conversation.
Because they are the ones who actually know.
Then they are the ones that know.
Sure.
Then we are being intentional. And is it going to work? Is it going to fail? Well, I don't know. It could work, it could fail. But we're being intentional. But we're trying it out. And if it fails, then it's lungi. Yeah.
All right. So now looking into the world of, traveling, I mean, your job most certainly really moves you from maybe the southwest point of South Africa to other continents. So what's that one thing that you really wish that, people in the tourism sector or people specialize in traveling would kind of fix? Because for me personally, I think most of the people who are in those sectors or in the executives, the high chairs, they don't really think that much about you guys. So any thoughts on that?
Look, we have to be intentional about everything that we do.
Yeah.
If you're going to look at persons with disabilities and then you're like, I'm catering for persons with disabilities, you're on the wrong footing.
Okay.
I'm currently sitting in the G20 as well, within the tourism space.
Nice.
Look, if you don't look at disability as a numbers game, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And that's an example that I like giving. I mean, I'm harsh, but I'm real.
And you're straight to the point, which is good.
Like, look, you have a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then they say that your restaurant has got to have a ramp, a bathroom for persons with disabilities. And then go to the restaurant, your patron with a disability, Luthando, pale.
Yeah.
That's not making sense. Like,
much.
If Luthando doesn't come, how much? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right? So that is why there is no movement. Because it's a numbers game. So, but if you scratch out disability, scratch it out. Make spaces universally accessible.
Nice. Yeah.
Now, if a space is universally accessible, I say make your restaurant universally accessible. It means people with disabilities can use it, older people can use it, pregnant women can use it, women with babies can use it, and the spectrum, it grows and it grows and it grows. Do you know, like now it's a big margin, right? So if a bathroom, you say that this bathroom is for wheelchair users only, it's expensive your bathroom. But if this bathroom is universally accessible, and then all your cubicles, they're universally accessible, meaning my bathroom, as long as first come first serve, anyone can use a bathroom. Then space makes sense. Ching. You see what I mean? If we're looking at South Africa, I forgot the numbers, but they're in the trillions. Right?
Trillions.
But people that are coming into South Africa with disabilities for business, how many are they? No, that's not a big number. Compared to Heathrow Airport, people that landed Heathrow Airport, compared to the ones that landed OR Tambo, it's a very small number that landed OR Tambo. Do you know why persons with disabilities are not coming to South Africa?
No, I don't.
Do you know why? No. Because everyone is thinking Africa must be the fit of the fittest. Hey, you understand? But look at this. If persons with disabilities, if they travel, they hardly travel alone. So it's 2 packs instead of 1. 2, persons with disabilities nowadays. Right? I'm going to send you the numbers. You
must give me the figures.
I hope it is over somewhere. But
we'll talk to the editor.
Guys, persons with disabilities, the numbers talk for themselves. Right? The flight numbers. Persons do not travel to Africa. Whether they've got, and when I'm talking about disabilities, I'm not talking about severe disabilities. I'm talking about light disabilities.
Just those minor ones.
You and your family are planning a trip. You are somewhere in Spain. And they're like, oh, where can we go? You can still go. But you're thinking, no, we're not going to go to South Africa because in South Africa, they're not going to have this, they're not going to have that. Starting from the airports, and then you don't even know, think which one how train. You're like thinking, do they
even have a hotel?
Do they even have an accessible hotel that can, and hospitals and everything? And it's not that we don't have those things, it's we don't communicate.
Sure. And that's one thing that
we don't communicate. When we are communicating about South Africa, we are communicating like we are focusing on the fittest of the fit. No, when you're communicating your travel packages, you must communicate for the whole family. They are all gonna have a good time. You understand? So that's where we are lacking. So we need to think differently. I mean, for myself, I like skydiving, I like quad biking, I like canoeing. It's adventure so inside. Because if we're not doing something crazy, I ain't going.
Sure.
So how many people are there with disabilities that are like me, but them thinking coming to South Africa and all those things that I've spoken about, I've done them in essay.
Locally.
Right?
Yeah.
And I've done them also at other places, but I've done them in SA, meaning we do have them, but we're not communicating them.
Sure. I think that's one thing that we really have to correct. Ne? And as we are closing, we spoke several times about being intentional, and I'm also very much intentional, and I like to bring some goodies and all of that. So I have a surprise for you.
I love surprises.
Courtesy from Harvey World.
Oh.
So they are one of the people who specialize in traveling locally and internationally. So if you want to take a trip, most probably they can make a plan for you.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a gift for you. I won't tell you what's inside. Now, Zazbonel, I wish I can take one or two of the things. There you go.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being with us.
I really appreciate this.
Yeah. There you have it, guys. This is people living with this ability. If you want to share your story with us, click on the link below and we'll make a way and we'll find a way to make sure that your story is heard. We out.